Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. The purpose of the US's export control, recently admitted by the US media, New York Times, is to weaken China's ability to produce and purchase high-end chips, so as to eradicate China's entire advanced technology ecosystem and affect the progress of a generation in China. So of course China will not let it go. When Japan and the Netherlands issued export controls one after another, China announced countermeasures. But they don't seem to repent. The United States and the Netherlands have further increased restrictions, and foreign media said that the counterattack has begun. In order to implement stricter export controls, the United States released the most stringent new export control regulations in history in October last year, which directly raised the restriction standards to 14 nanometers and below manufacturing processes, and added specific restrictions on the development of memory chips. For this reason, the immersion DUV lithography machine is focused on, because the previously restricted EUV is mainly used for less than 7 nanometers, and the limit of the lithography machine must be expanded to limit the process below 14 nanometers. Therefore, the United States will win over Japan and the Netherlands, which can produce DUV. In this way, ASML in the Netherlands and Nikon in Japan have become the focus, but Nikon's output is relatively small, and the focus is still on ASML. Under the active operation of the United States, at the end of January this year, the United States, Japan and the Netherlands reached a tripartite agreement to jointly implement export controls on advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment. Japan acted very quickly and took the lead in announcing that it would formally implement export controls on July 23. Japan's restriction rules are still very strict, directly restricting lithography machines below 45 nanometers, resulting in Nikon's inability to ship DUV. Recently, the Netherlands also announced that it will formally implement export controls on September 1. However, the Netherlands has added a verification standard for immersion lithography machines, so that ASML can also ship an immersion DUV, leaving a small gap. With Japan and the Netherlands announcing export controls one after another, the tripartite agreement promoted by the United States is about to be implemented. At that time, most advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment will be restricted, because the United States, Japan and the Netherlands have basically monopolized the global semiconductor equipment market. The total share of the three parties can account for about 90%, and more importantly, the advanced immersion DUV lithography machine is also limited. In this regard, China must carry out a strong counterattack, and cannot allow their joint conspiracy to succeed. Therefore, China's Ministry of Commerce announced that it will implement export controls on gallium and germanium-related items from August 1, which directly hit their arrogance. The reason for choosing to restrict these two materials is mainly because foreign countries have to import them to China, and these two items related to gallium and germanium are still the basic materials of the semiconductor industry. No matter how advanced the technology of the United States, Japan and the Netherlands, this problem cannot be solved in the short term. However, it seems that they do not intend to communicate to solve the problem. Instead, they will impose stricter restrictions and want to force China to make concessions. Recently, The US media Bloomberg released news that insiders said that the United States and the Netherlands will further impose restrictions on lithography machines. The Netherlands will require ASML to provide maintenance, repair and spare parts support for regulated equipment without government approval. This shows that the Netherlands must not only restrict ASML's shipment of advanced immersion lithography machines, but also restrict the after-sales of advanced immersion lithography machines that have been sold before. That is to say, once there is a problem with China's advanced lithography machine, after-sales service also needs to apply for a license. This restriction is a bit too much. If the license cannot be passed, then the advanced lithography machine that has been purchased and is in production has a problem, and it can only be turned into scrap iron. Not only that, but the United States has also put forward new requirements for the old submerged DUV. It is expected that the United States will prohibit ASML from shipping to 6 Chinese companies without their approval, including SMIC. According to people familiar with the matter, the United States will also apply the so-called Foreign Direct Product (FDP) rule to ASML, which has always been used by the United States to implement long-arm jurisdiction over foreign companies. Because this rule allows the United States to restrict foreign companies, any products that use American technology or equipment must be approved by the United States. What's more ruthless is that the United States will also impose new requirements on ASML and will not provide maintenance, repair and parts support without their permission for the 6 Chinese-owned fabs that have purchased controlled equipment. It can be seen that ASML has become the key target of the United States. It can be seen that ASML will become a victim of the export controls of the United States and the Netherlands. ASML will not only lose more and more because of this, but will also continue to lose the hard-won mainland market. Affected by this, ASML has recently slowed down global recruitment. As far as China is concerned, of course it has an impact. The development of high-end chips is restricted, but now China has focused on the development of mature manufacturing processes, and the impact is not particularly large. What's more, China's 28 nanometers lithography machine is tackling a tough problem and is about to make a breakthrough. Even if the United States and the Netherlands further increase restrictions, they will only accelerate China's breakthrough process and cannot stop China's progress.